Dude, Cap, how trolly would it be to name the show like Show Update and have some kind of a somber description and have people be like, oh man, it's like a 10-minute episode that's a show update, and they're gonna think that like we're stopping doing the show before they start listening to it. Like I feel like I can really pull a quick one on people with the description of the show.
I feel like show update. I feel like update usually implies the show is changing, but it's going to keep going.
Is it?
So I feel like you need to put a little bit more finality in this debate you're going for.
Okay,
you know, like about the show ... or something.
Something more ambiguous that might lead people on the wrong path.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or you could just be like the last episode.
That has to be bad, though. I think that's probably because then people might like. Maybe more people will listen to it if it's the last episode.
Yeah, got to get them numbers.
Yeah, man, dude, we got to get those numbers up. I feel like maybe we're just confusing people more or less. I haven't written that. I don't know what I'm going to title the episode. We'll figure that out in, I don't know, 5 hours. But I feel like whatever I titled it might have been disingenuous because we're not stopping the show. I feel like I can just say that, put it out in the open, but let everyone know that like this is not the end. And that's it, everybody. No. Have a good night.
People are like, wait a minute, 5 minutes ago, I didn't even think there was a possibility of the show ending. Now you confirm that the show is indeed not ending. Okay. So I've learned nothing, like normal.
That's my value, to come in here and then give no solid information one way or the other. No, I think that we're here for a quick little update this week to give a bit of background of the show in general and what to expect moving forward. Because do you know that it's like almost been a year? Isn't that wild?
Yeah, I mean, it has been over a year, right?
Has it?
We recorded this before TI. We recorded like 2 episodes before TI, before I went away, before I even traveled to TI.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're probably we're like a little over a year at this point, which is crazy because that means that we've committed to a project for that long.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed with you. Good job, Cap. Someone who the first time I met you, you're like, man, I don't really stick with projects. We did a year. Go team. High five. I feel like part of the reason why it was advantageous or it made sense for us to do the show for an entire year is because it was financially reasonable for us to do it. I don't know how candid we've been on the show about the show. I feel like we've talked about it or danced around it or said some stuff, but for basically for the last year, for the entirety of the show's existence, it was a project that was being funded by a tech startup.
We was getting paid for this,
so we were making money. We weren't making it rain. Like don't get me wrong. No. I wasn't like buying an apartment or like, you know, investing in some Gucci face masks. Like, but we were, you know, taking home a little bit of money each week in response for, you know, Cap's celebrity, my doing everything else, the fact that we made it. Like we were getting paid. And now we are. Wow. I have something on my mustache. Were you ever going to tell me that I had something on my mustache, Cap? Or are you just going to hang me up?
No,
like
I don't look that closely at your mustache.
Oh man, that's gross. Anywho,
nice stall. And now we are. Hold up, what's on my mustache?
Sorry, I mean it was gross. It looked like there was something like some frosting or something. It's probably just Vaseline. Anywho, what was I saying? Oh yeah, we were getting paid. But now
we're not.
Now we're not, and that's the
So the show's over.
No, we just told them
only here for the money.
We just told him it wasn't over. Yeah, we spent the last couple of weeks spending, you know, putting the episodes that we had like in the can out, and now we're just kind of out on our own. We're not going to get a constant paycheck from this. We have no ways to currently monetize it. We still enjoy doing it, or at least I'm speaking for Cap. We still enjoy doing. No, I think over the last year, We've definitely enjoyed ourselves. I think that we both realize that we've done something that is, fun and of value, and that we find rewarding, and that people liked. And I don't think there's a reason to just stop that because we're not getting paid. I think that there's value in us doing it for our own enjoyment, but also to explore additional business ventures for the podcast in general.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I kind of always was doing the podcast because I enjoyed it. But if I hated it, the money would have kept me going. But I don't hate it. So now there's no money. So it's going to keep going anyway.
Yeah, and I was doing the podcast when I had no time to be doing the podcast and shouldn't have been losing sleep over it. But I was doing it not because of the money, but because I enjoyed doing it. And the money was a bonus, right? So we were both kind of in the same boat. So the fact that we're not being financially backed anymore doesn't change the fact that we're going to keep the same cadence and keep doing the show and have guests on. It might mean that we're going to change some things up. It might mean that maybe there's sometimes where we're even more divorced from Dota than we already are. Maybe there's times where we bring people onto the show who are super not endemic to Dota at all. Maybe there's times where it just really is a Dota show. We're going to figure out a lot, with formatting and it's like all the chains are taken off, right? We can kind of really do whatever the fuck we want. We completely own this now.
Even though we already were able to do whatever the hell we wanted.
We really were. We really were.
We really could. But yes, I guess with change. When change happens, it incentivizes further change. So we are incentivized to I guess experiment more, and we may or may not hold you hostage for a Patreon.
Yeah,
we may or may not be one of those people now pimping our Patreon at the start of every episode.
Maybe maybe a Patreon makes sense. We know that there are a lot of y'all who listen to the show the day it's released, and maybe it's worthwhile to do a Patreon and do that. Maybe it's worthwhile to sell ads to someone because we have enough people who listen to do that. Maybe it's worthwhile to get into a partnership with a Razer or a Steel Series or what have you, and then be their show and be incentivized that way. Maybe there's a world where we merge with all the other podcasts and make Podcast Megazoid, and then we start a whole entire empire based on our shit. There's a lot of different things that could happen, and the honest thing is that we don't know what any of that is yet. We haven't figured it out. We're still going to figure it out. Cap's got to fucking go off to Kiev for 7 months. I'm doing whatever I'm doing at night. There's... Yeah, we don't know. We're just here to say that we're still doing the show, even though our situation changed a little bit. So thank you for continuing to hang out with us.
Yeah, you guys have been awesome. Thank you for all the support you've given the show. Don't panic or anything because of the money, we've been pretty consistent about the show. But with me going to Kiev and stuff, we might miss a week or two. Try not to panic. It helps that we're now online. That kind of was part of the problem. We weren't super consistent early on. But then we started getting into the rhythm of doing week by week, and now we're doing it online because of Corona. So I think it's a little bit easier for us to be consistent about it. But if there might be a week or two that goes by that we don't have the show just because of other circumstances,
and we'll tweet about it. We get to fully own the show now. So we own the YouTube page, we own the Twitter account. We're still probably use our Twitter accounts, So that's the story. Pity us for losing a job, and then thank us for still being here, right? just give us all of your adulation. Just throw it our way and be wow.
Or store it. Hold it inside. Hold all that gratitude inside and let the pressure turn it into diamonds. And then pay us those diamonds later on when we create a Patreon.
Yeah, Cap likes getting paid in diamonds. That's fun.
I don't trust U.S. currency. Gold or diamonds. Those are the real currencies.
I wouldn't either right now. Yeah, that's the update. Some things that will definitely change is that I can't give out arcanas for every time we read someone's review, because $35 out of my pocket when I'm not making anything from the show anymore isn't financially feasible.
There's no longer a marketing budget for the show. We can't bribe you guys anymore.
I don't think I'm still going to pay out people who were participating in the guild, and there are a couple of remaining people who did give reviews who I'm not going to go back on if like your prizes are set aside. But I'm going to have to find other ways to incentivize people for reviews and stuff without $35, because it turns out kind of expensive. But everybody who took advantage of it, congratulations. Enjoy your arcanas. On that note, Cap, I think I would love to do something that we haven't done in a minute and kind of round out this quick little episode with a voicemail or two.
It sounds good to me.
Sounds good to you?
It sounds like a nice, nostalgic, heartwarming way to close out the show.
Yeah, let's hear what it's been a minute. It's probably been like a month or two since we heard what people are saying about us. So what have people been saying about us? Here's our first one.
Hey guys, big fan of the podcast. I'm John, and I am in 1K. I have a separate question for each of you. Cap, if you didn't cast in Dota, what game would you cast in? And Joey, if you didn't do brainless builds in Dota, what game would you be doing a brainless build in? Thanks, guys. Big fan.
I don't understand how I got this reputation. I mean, I know how I got this reputation, but I feel like Armlet Spectre. Has anyone tried it yet? I'm telling you, it's actually fun. Spectre's great right now. You're supposed to fight early and get gold.
Yeah. I think there are many things that have gotten you this reputation, Joey.
Okay.
The Necrophos guide, the Marana guide on Cliffs. Did you do a Nature's Prophet one on Cliffs, or was that too simple? Was that too mainstream for you?
I didn't. Actually, there's a whole video that I did in Limerick form with Alchemist that I really enjoyed, and I was also
did it in Limerick form?
Yeah, I did it in Limerick form, and it was Christmas themed. Oh, Cap, I have to share that with you. I'll share that with you after the show. I'm okay. Offended that you've never seen that.
All right.
Also, for when jungling wasn't the dumbest thing ever, I was really proud of a Venomancer jungle efficiency thing that I did. Ice Frog really priced me out of the market when he got rid of all of that jungling stuff, because there was no silly stuff I could do. Darkseer Ancients, that was a thing for a minute. Nothing will ever be as good as Marana, though, to be fair. If I wasn't doing silly Dota stuff, that's actually predated by the silly Counter-Strike stuff I used to do. I was always a fan. I was that guy who would do really silly smokes and then run through them. So I guess I'm consistent.
Okay.
I guess I'm consistent.
Yeah, I can see that. I guess I look at this question two different ways. If Dota never existed, then I probably wouldn't have been pulled away from console games as quickly. So maybe I would still be in casting Halo. Maybe I would have got into casting Halo, because that's how I originally started, was playing Halo 2.
Welcome to the Call of Duty League. My name is COD Capitalist.
Yeah, something like that. Or I would have ended up, because I played Team Fortress 2, so I would have either maybe gotten into Overwatch or CSGO. If Dota didn't exist right now, if all of a sudden Dota died, and I could very easily just get into tier 1 of any other esport, it would definitely be CSGO. I think CSGO has is the safest job out there. It's the hypest esport, I think, in my opinion. From all the games that I watch, I think CSGO has if it wasn't about terrorists and people killing terrorists and terrorists blowing shit up, then it would be by far the biggest esport in so many different ways. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to sell branding for that specifically, but everything else around it is sick.
Do you think you can do fighting games?
Fighting games? I mean, I did play Melee a good amount back in the day, but I never really thought about casting Melee. Melee's casting style is different than like FGC in general, commentary style. I really like listening to it. I'm not sure if I would be that good at doing it. Like my commentating style is very conversational, but it's not necessarily that. It doesn't have that level of entertainment that FGC brings.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It always seems hard to me. I guess no matter.
That's not what you're supposed to say. You're not supposed to say that, Joey.
I guess. But
I just said I couldn't be that entertaining. You're like, yeah, you're right. You're supposed to say, nah, you can pull it off.
I'm not paid anymore to lift you up, Cap. I'm here to give now all the gloves.
Joey, you have a very fine line here. I'm not being paid to stick around with your shit anymore.
My point being is my point that I wanted to go for is that I understand that every game you have to like know pretty well to actually properly commentate. It feels like there's a lot of intricacies and nuance, and one can argue like, oh, the hardest game to cast is Dota. Look at all the items, look at all the intricacies, like look at all the matchups. But maybe it's just because I've played Dota. But when I look at fighting game casting and the combos that they're actually talking about and the matches that they're actually talking about, it seems just as deep as like a true Dota cast. Sometimes there's just so much information they have to have in their brain that it blows me away.
I think they have to be faster with their information. I think like there's probably less information as a whole, just because the matchups are more set and there's less variables in that regard. But their commentating, what I've noticed about their commentating is like I'll take Melee, for example, which I know the most of any of the FGCs. Fighting games, you know, like if any of there need to be FGC nuts here, it was like Melee's not an FGC. Like I understand that, but Melee's like the fighting game that I understand the most. And when I listen to their commentary, they pick up the things like they'll pick up so many things that I don't notice. Like they have to be very fast in spying what happened, what small mechanical things happen, and calling it out very quickly. So I think that is the one thing that they have like over almost every other esport is like just the speed of understanding and getting the knowledge out as quick as possible.
Yeah. I think I got one more voicemail in the chamber. We definitely have like a catalog of them that we're gonna keep on working through now. But I got one more in the chamber for us if we wanna take a listen, take a good old gander with the eardrums. I don't know why I was talking like that.
Hey guys, this is Eddie Spaghetti. I'm calling to ask if you guys like to pimp out your heroes in game, and if you do you guys have any ideas for Valve to add further customization options, such as bringing the old gems back or maybe adding dyes to certain sets? Thanks. Love the podcast. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Do you care about your cosmetics? I don't think we've ever talked about this. I feel like you don't.
No. Not really. I mean, they're cool, but like, see, people always ask me like, "What do you think is going to be in Treasure 3?" Like, I've never once like thought about that even for a millisecond. Of like, I wonder what heroes they're like. Cosmetics don't really. I mean, they're nice, they're cool. I'll check them out. I can rate them if you want. Like, I can do that, but like, I haven't really put much thought past that. I don't really obsess about it too much.
When's the last time you got like excited for an immortal item that came in a TI chest or something? Or like, I guess just a cosmetic item in general. Like, did the Zeus Arcana come out and you're like, whoa, dude, that's so fun, you got a fucking cloud? Or
I didn't buy the Zeus Arcana.
Oh, no.
I didn't buy the TB Arcana. I didn't buy the Legion Commander one. I didn't buy the PA one. To be fair, like most of the Arcanas of heroes are heroes that I'm not that tied with, you know. I'm not getting a Clockwork Arcana anytime. Every single Arcana vote, this is going to be like a small little rant, but every single Arcana vote, look at it right now. It's like top 8. It's like all carries. You think I give a shit? Like the last one that I bought was the Ogre Arcana because I was like, oh, hey, that's actually a hero I'll play. And I thought it was cool. I thought it was neat. But I wasn't like excited. I was just like, I'll actually buy this Arcana for once.
I find that I only get excited for items on heroes that I actually enjoy to play, which is pretty few and far between. And like, I like the way my Luna looks. I like playing Luna. I have fun. I enjoy that my Lucent beams are gold. I think that it's like swaggy and cool. And I'm like, hey, look at that. That's $20 I spent. But I don't get too attached. I find that a lot of my cosmetic inventory is like 4 to 7 years old. And I stick with a lot of these older sets that I feel like I have some kind of weird sentimental value to, than I do care about like, oh, well, look at this new thing that has the particles from the collector's cache. Like, wow, look at how crazy this new Slark is. Or I'm like still using the second Slark set that ever came out just because I think that it looks better. So I don't really care too much about rarity. I just like pure aesthetic.
I have one of those. I actually have cosmetics that I am personally tied to. First of all, it's the TI2 Lockjaw familiar. Because, I was at TI2, so that was special. And then the cosmetics, remember when they used to give away tournament items for kills and stuff? Where it would say, like, X person killed Y person.
Yes.
In, this team matchup.
Dota pit.
Yeah, those were really cool. That was like, you had like a little piece of history with that. In fact, back when there was NEL, like I played in that in-house league. And so I actually have a cosmetic. I got a cosmetic playing in a match from that match. And it was with my name. It was, I denied Zizzy, the complexity carry for TI 4? I think it was TI 4. With Kyle and like Fly and No Tail and that team, their carry, I denied him in an in-house league, and so I got I think it's an ogre item. Yeah, I got an ogre item for that. So those are the only ones that I'm really tied to. So in that line of what I would suggest Valve to do, I think they should bring that back. I think that was a very cool idea. Make it only for premier leagues. For like premier matches, so don't let like in-house leagues and stuff have it. Just do it for majors and TI and stuff.
It'll be fun for them to do that when they go back to the season workflow. I guess they do that now with the troves and the autographs from players, but or casters.
Not the same,
but
not the same. There's something special. Like it's very personal, It was like this specific kill happened, and you got an item from that kill. Whereas, you could pay for an autograph. I
really liked when they had gems and rare couriers. Like I go back and forth between using the Lockjaw, and I have one of the chicken couriers that has a lava trail. Back when you can like put those kind of gems and have rare couriers. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that little mechanical noise? No, dude. Oh man, there's something going on in my apartment. There's like a buzzing. I'm glad that it's not on the podcast. I can't. It happens almost every 30 minutes, and I can't find the source of it. It's driving me fucking insane.
Is it like a pop or a buzzing or what?
It sounds like a robot is ejaculating.
Well, I'm gonna think about that noise for the rest of the night. I don't know what that would sound like, but I'll figure it out.
I miss how they would have fun gems for the couriers, or like how the color gems actually worked with the Terrorblade Immortal and all these ideas they had. I mean, it's a very common and easy complaint, right? It's like, oh man, Valve had an idea, then it just flew by the wayside and no one updated it. But that stuff really, really, really grinds my gears. I'm like, man, this was so cool. Why can't we do more of this? The answer is because it probably makes them no money, so there's no point in doing it. But god damn it, I liked my fiery trail courier. Yeah. Thanks for leaving the voicemails. Oh no, I forgot what the number is, and I don't have it pulled up. Shit.
There's a number, and it's in previous podcasts, so you can call it.
I'll edit it. I'll edit it in right here.
805-328-4024.
But yes, thank you, John and Eddie Spaghetti. It's nice hearing from you guys.
Cheers, mates. And thanks for sticking with us with the show, and then thank us for sticking with you when no one's paying us to anymore. And you know what? Yeah. In our capitalistic society, that's probably a bad idea. But god damn it, I'm still gonna be here on Tuesdays. So So you're welcome, and I'm sorry.
I won't be here on Tuesdays, but most Tuesdays, I guess I will.
Yeah, I guess we'll do something.
They're going to give me a stream setup at Omega League, so we'll get some content there. Dope. Joey's sending the audio equipment with me, so I will try and get some podcast episodes with some talent.
I'm expecting at least one guest. Someone's gonna do it for you. It might not be like A tier talent. Like, I mean, Owen might blow you off, but surely we can grab someone like A-.
No. We're there for like 5 weeks. This time it's actually gonna happen. I'm sure. I'll be able to get. I'll try and get Owen and Sheaver together. I think that'll be fun. I'll try and get Kyle and Rich. Yeah. I'll get some people this time for sure.
Dope.
We have more downtime this time around, so.
And I mean, what else are you gonna do in Kiev?
During an epidemic, not a whole lot. Sit inside and play video games.
Well, until then, my friend, thanks everybody, and we will be back next week.